Hello everyone, this is Brian Wilson, Forca Martial Arts here in Russellville, Arkansas. This is our very first vlog that we're starting today, and I'm just going to post up on here and share some experiences with you guys. These will all be in playlists on our YouTube channel, Forca Martial Arts and Fitness Russellville. Subscribe to that if you want to keep up with our vlog. And our vlog is just going to be like a record of our training, people we've trained with, seminars, people we had through. It's going to be a great way. I've been wanting to do this for a while to document our experiences that we have on the mat. So, and just for a way for me to interact with everybody and share what we're doing. So I think we're doing some incredible things here at the gym and trying to get the word out. So to start off, I want to share with everybody real quickly, maybe not so quickly, we'll see, because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what it's like training with Jack Taufer. Okay, a lot of you guys might have seen some of his videos on Budo Videos. It's a great channel. They do the series Rolled Up and This Week in BJJ. Jack's been on This Week in BJJ a couple of times. He did a video run for them called BJJ versus Cancer. It's a bit of a fundraiser for his sister, who was suffering from breast cancer at the time, and was a very big success as a video series in the Jiu-jitsu community. So the special thing about Jack, and just real quick, I'm wearing my new War Tribe Hickson Gracie Self-Defense Unit gi, super nice gi. We'll review on it here. I really like this part back here in the collar. It's got a nice little spot around the neck and on your back there. But this is a cool gi that War Tribes kind of put out and partnered with Hickson on to promote his upcoming self-defense series. So, but Jack is trained, I would say extensively, in my opinion. I mean, maybe not as extensively as some with Hickson. Hickson kind of was off the grid for a while, and most of the time I've spent training. I saw Choke, the documentary on YouTube, as a white belt, and major influence on me. One of my best friends, Mike Page, Jiu-Jitsu black belt, on our team, he introduced me to Choke, and at the time it was just a serious influence to me. And then there were like just a couple of Hickson seminars. I never heard anything really out of Hickson like for the majority of my time training. And then I think it was probably like close to 3 years ago, Hickson pops back up on the mat, and this is around the same time that I started started interacting with Jack. So it's pure happenstance that Jack was traveling through our state, hits up my buddy Mike at Inferno, and says, hey, I want to come in and just take a class at your gym. Comes in, super humble, black belt. I want to say that maybe Mike and Caleb, maybe Mike was a purple belt and Caleb was a brown belt at the time. Caleb might have been a black belt, but he comes in, is super humble, has been training. Like Jack is a Dave Kama black belt, which, if I'm not mistaken, Dave Kama is Hickson's second American black belt. Don't quote me on that, I could be incorrect, but he has extensive training time with Hickson for sure, back in the day, and then I'm sure that they've been getting together currently based off of conversations I've had with Jack. So Jack comes into Northwest Arkansas, and my buddy Mike calls. He's like, dude, I train with this guy. Show me these sick triangle details. And this guy trains with Hickson. He's been doing not privates, but he's been doing classes over at Crone Gracie's Academy, where Hickson's been teaching a couple of days a week. So I was like, no way. I was just immediately blown away. I hop on. I don't even know who Jack Taufer is. I hop on. I watch the This Week in BJJs. Then I think around the same time the Budo Video series came out, because Jack did a series of promotional seminars with like Budo Jake and Dave Kama and Henry Akins. And these are some names that I'm dropping. If you have not looked into them and you're interested in jiu-jitsu and resources for jiu-jitsu, look into some of these people, especially Jack Taufer, who is the topic of our video today. I talked with Jack yesterday. He's a great friend, and it just, like I said, all happenstance. So Jack was, he's in financial planning in Southern California. Hickson kind of moves back from Brazil and starts teaching classes at Crohn's, and he starts taking off and attending as many of those classes as he can, if not all of them. And the rest of the story unfolds from there. In that, went to California for Worlds a couple of times. I got to hang out with Jack. I brought him in for a seminar, and then my buddy Eric brought him in for a seminar in Memphis. Eric Ingram's martial arts. After just running into him a couple of times, Jack is a super personable person, and teaches some of the best. His methods on teaching are some of the best I've ever seen. The way he prods your mind to consume the technique, it's very interactive, it's very personable, it's very one-on-one, and it's not just, hey, let me teach you, let me show you. He drills with everybody. He gets there with you in the technique. Hey, no, okay, you see where that, and that's he's, I would say, become a proponent of these ideas that Rickson is known for through his time training with Rickson at Crohn's. Rickson eventually started teaching, I guess, like 1 day a week at Crohn's, and now Jack has done a few private lessons with Rickson. And what is so cool is Jack told me that he only teaches Rickson stuff at his seminars. So I've had him in for 4 seminars. Eric had him in for 2. I've spent hours additional with him doing jiu-jitsu elsewhere, and it's just like I said, he's been extremely influential on my game. And when it comes to his style or his flavor of jiu-jitsu being like Rickson's, like, I'll just say I did a seminar with him like 3 weeks before I went to train. I went to Las Vegas and did a couple of Rickson seminars there. First time I got to train with Rickson, I want to do a different vlog on that, was July of 2017. Okay, so Jack was there at that event, by the way, and like I said, I'll do a separate vlog on that. But so July 2017, I go and I do this Rickson Gracie Experience seminar. It's the one where you got promoted to red belt. And 3 weeks earlier, I'd done this Memphis seminar, and a lot of the same techniques that Jack had showed at his seminar, Rickson taught at his seminar. Not all, but some. And that was super, interesting, because, I would say just like Jack's style of jiu-jitsu is special. It's different, and after training with Rickson for 4 hours, I see the crossover, I see the linkages, I see the similarities, I see it feels similar. I was fortunate enough to get out on the mat with Rickson at the first seminar when he was showing a technique, and then additionally that day and the next day he came over and just worked with me a little bit when I was drilling on the mat. So it's, you spend a short amount of time with people. Like I've spent a lot of hours with Jack. Came in for my wedding. He taught a seminar before my wedding. And, in way less time with Rickson, of course, but spent a decent amount of time doing those guys, style or flavor or jiu-jitsu, whatever you want to say. And it's unlike anything I've ever seen. I'm 11 and a half years on the mat doing jiu-jitsu. I own my own school. I've been doing jiu-jitsu every day. It consumes my whole life. I spend hours and hours and hours a day thinking about it. It is my lifestyle. And I got a master's degree, and all I wrote my master's thesis on was martial arts history and jiu-jitsu, and the history and the linkages between Japanese jiu-jitsu and judo and BJJ. And it's just, it's something that's just, it consumes my being. It's my life. So to see some of the same techniques that I've known since I was a white belt taught to me in such a way that is irrefutably better, more efficient, fewer holes, these escapes don't work. That is what is different about Jack's style of jiu-jitsu, and then kind of hit on his style of teaching. And that's where he's like, hey, here's an Americana. Like, this one thing, Jack revolutionized my Americana, and it's amazing how much better and more efficient it is from side mount and from full mount. And if anybody wants to see those details, I've got a little bit of tidbits out on the YouTube, on our YouTube channel. You can check that out, or you can hit me up for a private lesson or something. Come to class, or book Jack in for a seminar. It's really the point. It's like Jack's been doing seminars everywhere. The Philippines, New Zealand, Australia, all over the United States. But so Jack will take, hey, Americana, show me all your defenses. Oh, well, push the arm. Oh, hey, do you know that one too? Yeah, okay, boom, you hip escape, bridge and roll. Okay, those are the escapes. Lays them out. Okay, now I'm going to do it this way, and that takes that escape away. I'm going to do it this, and these couple little details, modifications. Put your leg up here, go in this way, lean that way. All right, now try all 4 of your escapes. Every time you try and escape, you will tap to the Americana. It just makes it tighter. Like, it's just how he lays it out, and then how he's like, okay, because of those escapes that you spent 11 and a half years learning, we did Americana this way. And none of those escapes work. And it is this way on every position, every technique that I've learned from Jack. It's like I have pretty much most of the things he's taught me. Some things I'm still working on, but the things that he's taught me that I've retained and that I remember, and then things from the Hickson seminar, I just kind of lump them in together. And then Henry Akins on YouTube, also a great source of that style of jiu-jitsu. And if you can find any Dave Kama information out there. It's just unique, it's different. They have these concepts: connection, the middle, distribution of weight, posture. Every jiu-jitsu guy ever, girl, person, school, black belt, talks about posture. Jack Taufer taught me posture, right? He taught me a way of doing posture in which I don't have to use my hands to break the guard. Like, recently I was showing one of these methods to one of my friends who's a black belt, and has been doing jiu-jitsu a few years longer than me. He's judo and aikido black belt before he ever got into jiu-jitsu, and then got into jiu-jitsu. He's been doing jiu-jitsu longer than I have. So, and he's just like, oh, you didn't use your hands to open the guard. I'm like, I know, dude. It's mind-blowing. It was the first thing that he noticed about. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this posture in the guard? So you can check out some of the posture and guard details Jack's got up on Budo Video's channel. I just want to give a shout out to Jack. Thanks so much for coming in recently. Just taught a seminar at the school. I was just reviewing some of the details from the side mount position with one of my guys who he and I did a private lesson with Jack the day after the seminar. So Jack's a great friend. Love you, buddy. Can't wait to see you again soon. I hope Eric is getting on those dates to have you in for Memphis. I know that I talked to Eric about it, and he mentioned that he was going to have you, and he's had you in twice. And if you get a chance, if you're watching this video, you get a chance to go train with Jack Taufer, be one of the greatest investments in your training that you could possibly make. I can't say enough positive things about him. I'm going to continue to proliferate as much as I can about his style of jiu-jitsu and about Hicks's style of jiu-jitsu, and continue to train with those guys as much as I can. It's incredible. It's just incredible, the level of detail, and then the personability. Like, I consider Jack a great friend. It's not just some guy that I go train with. He's been to my house, stayed in my house, and likewise. And I mean, I'm sure he's like way with everybody. Not everybody, but he's just such a nice guy. I can't say enough good things about him. Great friend, and if you get a chance to get on the mats with him, show up, pay attention, try and do a private lesson. If you own a school, book him for a seminar, because I'm telling you that it'll be a great decision, a great investment in your training. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching the vlog. We'll be posting these up periodically. So if you want to get updates, hit that subscribe button. We also upload other videos on the channel regularly, and are in the process of moving a lot of videos over from another channel we had linked to a website. So you can expect regular uploads over the next few weeks in higher quantities. So I think I moved like 27 videos over in one day the other day. So check that out. Go to our playlist section. We'll have a vlogs playlist, flow drills playlist, escapes playlist, etc. So thanks so much for watching, guys.